Alrighty, welcome to Mr. O'Neill's incredible website building tutorials. Now, throughout this term, we're going to be learning about how to design and build our own websites, which we're then going to use to show off what we've been learning in class with the rest of the school and with your families. So the responsibility here is on you to make sure you're keeping up with the videos, and if you need extra help, make sure you ask for it. Now, while I'm on the topic of the videos, there are going to be a bunch of these videos for you to follow along with. Each video is going to teach you a little bit more about building websites, and the ultimate goal is that by the last video, you'll be able to build your own website without any extra assistance. Now, I've chosen videos as a way to teach you how to build websites for a couple of reasons, but the main reason is that it puts you in control of how quickly you progress through the lesson. If I am going too quick on the video, you can just pause it, catch up and hit play again when you're ready without missing anything in between. If you didn't quite catch something I say or see something I did, you can just rewind or skip back to the part that you missed and do it again. Now, you are in the driver's seat here, so it's up to you to make sure you understand what's going on. And if you're not sure, make sure you ask for help. Now, this first video is mostly about getting us set up to build a website and learn a little bit about why we are doing each of the things that we are doing. Now, the first thing you might notice is that my screen looks a little bit differently to your screen. Alright, now that's not something to worry about just yet. Okay, I'll try and explain everything I do so you can do it on yours as well. Most of the things will be pretty similar though. Now, the first step here is to find your H drive. Now, I know we've been using Google Drive in class recently. Okay, for our website, we're going to simplify things. We can use our H drive instead of Google Drive, just for this. So, open up Windows Explorer. You can hit my computer here. Okay, find your H drive and double click on it, open it up. Now, you'll notice mine is empty. I've never used this. Okay, yours might have some work in it. So what I want you to do is right click, go new folder, and we're going to call this folder websites. And open up this folder right here. And then we're just going to put this over here and worry about it a little bit later. The next thing I want you to do is go start, and I want you to type in Notepad. Now, what you'll see is a couple of options here. If you see Notepad++, like this one here, I want you to click on that. If there is no Notepad++, don't worry about it. Just open the normal Notepad. There's not a huge difference, but if you see Notepad++, click on that one. Now, Notepad++ is a text editor. Okay, and that's what we're going to be using to build our websites. Now, we look at our websites in a browser. That might be Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox, or if you've got a Mac, you might use Safari. But to build our websites, we use a basic text editor like this. And all that this does is edits text. This is a text editor. Right. All I want you to do is go File, Save As, navigate to your H drive, that websites folder that you just made, and I want you to come down the bottom and I want you to call it index, I-N-D-E-X, .html. Now that .html, okay, is really important. That tells your computer that this is a website file and not just a normal text file. And hit save. Now you'll notice over here it's appeared in my folder where I have saved it, and now it looks like a Google Chrome icon. So if I double click on that, it'll open it up in Chrome, and there won't be anything there because we haven't actually started writing our code. So put that to the side for now, and let's go back to our Notepad. The first thing with every website we develop, we need to declare this, okay, this file as a website file. Okay, now we call this a HTML file. All right, and that stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And that's a fancy way of saying that this type of file is an internet file, a website file. Okay, and it tells our browser, our Google Chrome, that that's how it needs to open it. So we need to declare that first of all, and we do that by doing this. Bracket, doc type, HTML, close bracket. Done. That tells Google Chrome that this is a HTML file. Now, the thing with HTML files is everything we do needs to be inside what are called tags. Okay, and tags look like this. They all start with a less than sign. They have something inside them, and they'll end with a greater than sign. So you can see here that our HTML is within our two little less than or equal signs. And this is called an open tag. Now every tag we open, we also need to close. Now we close the exact same way we opened it, but we add a / in front of it. Just like that. And you'll notice that Notepad++ is pretty clever. It knows that this is a HTML file. So when we click one of our tags, it actually highlights for us the closing tag as well. Now, the first tag, most important tag in any HTML file, is this HTML tag. And that tells the browser that everything in between these two tags, it needs to think of as website content, stuff that's going to be on our website. So, all the content that we do needs to be inside those two tags. So I've opened it here and I've closed it here, and I'm going to do the rest of my work in between those two tags. Now, there are a couple of different sections of a website. The first section is called your head, and your head contains a couple of different things. The first thing your head needs to contain, okay, is your title. The title for your web page. Now, the title goes inside a title tag, and this is just the way I do it. I like to close all my tags as I make them, just so I don't forget later on. And inside my title tag, I'm going to put whatever I want to call my title of my website. So I'm going to call this Mr. O'Neill Awesome Website. Because Mr. O'Neill's awesome website is going to be pretty awesome. Now, your title is going to appear in a few different places. Most importantly, it's going to appear up here, okay, on your browser. All right, so that's something that everyone who visits your website is going to see. So make sure you give it a nice name. Okay, for the time being, that's all we're going to put inside our head tags. Okay, there are other important things to put inside our head tags, but we'll talk about those a little bit later on. Now, the head is important, but that doesn't actually show anything on our web page. All the guts of our web page go in our body. So I'm going to open up my body tags. I'll close my body tags while I'm here so I remember it. And all the things inside my website are going to go in between the body tags. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give my website a heading. Now, to put a heading, I need to know what my heading tags are. I need to tell my browser that what I'm writing is a heading. Okay, so there are a few different heading tags you can use, and they all start with H. Now, Notepad++ is pretty clever, and it's given me a couple of options here. Okay, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and I can scroll down, there's a whole bunch of other things. Okay, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6 are all header tags. H1 is the biggest heading, okay, and that's what I'm going to use for right now. I'll close my H1 tag, and that's going to create a heading. Now, I could also do a H3 tag, slightly less important heading. I could say so now I've got two headings. So I have one big heading, that's my H1, and I have a slightly smaller heading, my H3s. Why is Mr. O'Neill so awesome? Now, it's all well and good having some headings, but what I really need is some content for my website. So, underneath my heading, I need some paragraphs. Now, the paragraph tag is just a P. Just a P. Now, I'll close my paragraph tag, and let's write some content for my first heading. Now, this is all under the heading, why is Mr. O'Neill so awesome? And I'm going to write, Mr. O'Neill is so awesome because he knows how to build websites. And I'm done. Now, before I do anything else, I want to make sure that all my tags are open and all my tags are closed. And because Notepad++ makes this really easy for us, all I have to do is click on my open tag and make sure it's closed somewhere. That's closed down there. Excellent. My head tag, closed there. My title tag, closed there. My body tags, closed down there. My H1 tags, closed over here. My H3 tag. Oh, my H3 tag hasn't closed itself anywhere. So I'm going to scour across my line. Oh, here's where I've closed it, but I have forgotten to put my /. Now that I've put my / in, Notepad+ goes, oh, now he's closed it. Let's highlight them for him. So I've closed that one. My P tag, I've closed that one. Excellent. And I've already checked body. So what I'm going to do now is go come up here, click save. Okay, if you want to be fancy, you can hold down the control button and hit S. That will also save it. Okay. Then I'm going to go back over to my browser, my Chrome window, and hit refresh. Ta-da! Mr. O'Neill is awesome. Why is Mr. O'Neill so awesome? Mr. O'Neill is so awesome because he knows how to build websites. So that's the very, very basis of my website. Okay. Now what I want you to do is I want you to have a play with just these tags that we've explained, that I've explained so far. Okay, so we making sure we have our HTML tag open and closed. We have a head with just our title. Now you'll notice my title is up here. That's the only place you'll see your title just for now. And then inside your body, you can have everything that you can see on your web page. So Mr. O'Neill is awesome. That's my big heading here. So that's this one up here. My smaller heading is why is Mr. O'Neill so awesome? I should probably put a capital there. Why is Mr. O'Neill so awesome? That's this one down here. Okay. And my paragraph between my P tags, okay, is all the paragraph here. Now I could make that paragraph longer. Mr. O'Neill is also awesome because he is so very clever. And again, I can just hit save, come over here, hit refresh, and it's going to add the next part of my paragraph as well. So what I want you to do is have a play with your H tags, your heading tags. You might use H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, or H6. You might use a combination of all of them. Have a few different headings. Okay. Then I want you to have a couple of paragraphs and make sure closing all your tags before you finish, and see what you can come up with just with those few tags. If you need any help, make sure you put up your hand. I'll come around and give you a hand. Have fun.